This is the captain's arena. But every time you see me seated outside or in a very nice environment, just know that we've got another captain that you want to speak to. Online and Look Up TV across all your social media platforms. I am at Kiage Simba. Let's talk. So every time I begin a story, I need to have a background. And so this particular interview, I wasn't informed about it like so long ago. All my interviews that I do, I get to sit down, meditate on the guest that I'm going to talk about, know his character, and after that I know exactly how to approach that particular interview. But it's not the same case for this particular one, because then sometimes you do walk-ins, isn't it? So one thing came out that he started his company at a time when every other person was running away from the real estate sector. Not because the real estate sector was not performing, especially in the land sector, no. Because there were a lot of cons within the real estate sector. So you would think that somebody would say, no, this is not the very best time for me to start my company. You would wait for the dust to settle, and then after that, start your company. No, that was not his story. At that particular time, you do remember back in 2015, he said, I'm going to start my company. So he did. And it's been 7 years of learning and growing within the real estate sector. I take this time then to introduce the man himself, Mr. Bernard Karanja. He calls himself a hustler. I'll be knowing when that name started. But for this time, let's talk to him. Bernard, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Simba. Just to collect you,
Yes.
I'm Bernard Dongo.
Wow, look at me
Yes.
talking about Karanja.
Yes.
Bernard Ndungu.
Bernard
Oof.
Dongo.
Yes.
But Bernard Karanja happens to be one of the directors of
Yes.
the company.
Yes.
So it is equally like.
It's equally okay, isn't it?
Yes.
Fantastic. Let's jump into that particular interview then.
Yes.
It is 2015.
It is 2017.
It is 2017.
Yes.
And you sit at somewhere and you're seeing a lot of stories
Yes.
about the conmanship that is going on in the real estate sector.
Yes.
Everybody's talking about how they're getting conned. Some companies are going down because a lot of people are demanding the returns out of the investments and they're not coming through.
Yes.
But then you say, let's start a business. Why?
I can tell you for sure it was hectic. But the desire to give back to the society, the desire to do what is right,
Yes.
and the desire to bring what we can call the roundabout of the whole thing. It took us that step, and we had to go for it. And honestly, we went for it. And there we are, that we managed, that even when everything, nobody who wanted to hear about real estate, nobody wanted to hear anything to do with the buying of a plot or anything. But I can tell you, we went for it, and out of the resilience that we had,
Yeah.
I can tell you we have managed to do great things.
We'll be talking about the specific name. Remember, if
Yes.
you've listened to me, I'm not even introduced his particular name. I just want us to know his story. Then after that, essentially introduce this particular position in this company so we can get to talk about this particular products that they offer to you. Let's go back a little bit.
Yes.
Every time I speak to a businessman, I gotta look at exactly how their earlier life was. Is there any other person in your family who was a businessman to the point that you said, I'm gonna follow in their footsteps?
This one, it is interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, my story, it is very interesting because actually this is not even my field. Absolutely. Yes, it is not. In fact, if we can talk of marketing, marketing, the course that I was taking by then, I just did it as a subject. Because what I went to do at the college, it was completely different with the field that I am. Actually, I started with a diploma in cooperative management at Nyeri National Polytechnic.
Yes.
And after that, something interesting, I did not even, other than the industrial attachment that I went to cooperative bank by then, I did not seek any job. concerning the line of my training.
Why?
Because I can't, it is just like I just get myself being introduced to something different.
Yes.
And I believe I'm very dynamic. And the passion out of what I'm supposed to do, I get myself doing the same.
Yes.
So immediately after college, and it's good to say that I came up from a very big family, a family of 10.
How many brothers?
Have 6 brothers
Six
and
brothers
4
and
sisters.
4 sisters, yeah.
And I can tell you,
In that family, you're which line?
I'm the 5th born of the family.
Yes.
And it happened from a very peasant farmer. Actually, my dad was a washerman. Was a washerman, and at a sad note, he happened that he was killed in that line of in that line of duty.
Of duty.
Absolutely.
What was your age when you?
By then I was allowed 12 years. That is back in 1995. You can imagine you have your mom, you have half an acre of land, and everything, all these things.
And you're 10 in that family.
You are 10 in the family.
Yeah.
Nobody who has gone out of the family. You can imagine the setup at the village. No exposure, no nothing. Where do you start? And I tend to believe that is where, because I grew as a parent when I was still a kid. You start thinking like a parent, like a grown-up, like an adult, but in due sense you are a kid. And that is why I believe that is where now I came, that anything that came along my way, and there is an opportunity, it doesn't mean that I have to I have maybe some background of training in that field. And I believe that is how I developed, because after that, after college, I went to At the River. At the River, we have a company by then was called Primalosa Flowers.
Yeah.
And you see now, I have trained as a manager in a cooperative.
Yes.
Yeah. It may be in a circle or to do with that. But here now I have gone completely. Somebody has just taken me from the village. Meniambia, come, kuna job hapa, you do this. And this is a flower farm. I do not have any clue of horticulture or anything.
That's it.
And therefore, I'm being given a responsibility. Actually, because I believe I was sharp. I was very sharp. So I was given a role of a supervisor immediately in crop and protection department.
What do you think they saw in you? To the point that once
I think what they saw in me, it is that a go-getter attitude.
I say that.
Being positive, believing that yes, I can be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go for it.
Would you credit that to your mom? Because then your father passed on when you were quite young.
Yes, because the way we were bred up, you know, how my mom would go for fibaluas.
Okay.
And then we were supposed to do each and every chore at home. Kama ni kulima, if it is taking care of small animals, so that at least at the end of the day, after some time we'll sell them so that it may cater for our school fees. So we had been hardened right from the beginning.
And you knew that very well. That
Yes.
I have to do this.
Yes.
We're going to make it as a family.
That is it. And by then, some of our siblings, they were at prestigious schools like Alliance High School. Yeah?
Yeah?
Yes.
Because like some of your siblings went to a Lance High School.
Absolutely.
With that sort of setup.
With that kind of setup. And today,
Yeah.
he happens to be a budget analyst at Dallas, United States of America. You know, I tend to believe that kind of being bled in a very simple way with much humility, I had to build it within myself.
Yes.
And the reason that we have managed to build a very cohesive team even today at Golden Green Properties Limited.
That's it. Now,
Yes.
at that particular point, then I gotta introduce the name of the company. Now, for those who have pens and papers and you're interested in property, by the way, it is now a particular time for me to introduce you the exact name for his company. Now, go online right now and look for Golden Green Properties Limited.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Dangu, could you take us back a little bit? Why the name Golden Green Properties?
Yes, the word Golden Green Properties, as I have said, those guys that came up with the idea, they happened that they were in the teaching profession.
I see that.
So they were teachers
Yep.
who came up with that idea, because I believe out of problems that they were getting, maybe in they used to get, those people that are in their profession, they are getting to invest.
Does it?
Therefore, they came up with that decision, that idea. What can we do so that at least people in our profession, those people in shamas, those border people, those women who used to buy caps, blankets as a way of coming together, so that they may get now the reason to move forward and they start to empower themselves. And I believe that word Golden Green Properties, it is something that you can see, that like this garden,
Yeah.
it is something that is appeasing, even the word itself, so that at least the moment you get that piece of land, you will go into treasure it in a big way. Just as the way the gold you treasure, it is something that you can treasure. So out of that background, they were able to come with the word, and I can tell you today it is a blood name.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to look at exactly what it is that you've achieved in the second
Yes.
part of our conversation. Let me take you back again. Is there a certain instance
Yes.
that you're looking back, you're very young, you've lost your dad, and I think as a very young boy by then, you know, the consequences or ramifications of losing your dad do not come a reality up
Yes.
until some time later on, when you realize, I'm alone in this, or this family is alone in this. Is there an incident that you remember, Bernard, that you would say, that particular one is the one that made me who I am today?
It is true, you know, being the fifth born, automatic, there are some siblings that are behind you.
That's it.
At the moment I got my first job, now at that flower farm. Before now, I started doing some other courses, because at the end of the day, I left as an agronomist, head of crop protection department. I also went at Nakulu. I was the crop manager at a company called Pressman, now United Selections.
Yes.
The very first time I remember, I was being paid 3,000 shillings
Wait, in a
per
few-
month in Athi River. Now the other, the only allowance that was there
Yeah.
was the chemical allowance. Remember, I've gone to crop and protection department. Yeah, crop protection department, where you deal with the pesticide, fungicides, and everything.
Yeah.
Those are 6,000. You have left your home just with a bag. There is no relative that will host you. So you have to go, you look for a house somewhere, and you start from there.
How much was your house with just 6,000 shillings?
I have never gone for less. Actually, I took a house of 1,400. 1,400. And remember, the good thing by then, Uga was not that expensive.
That's true.
So with 1,000, you'll
Yeah.
do a budget of a whole month, and you have some spillway.
Good times.
And the good thing, I never indulged myself to things like drinking and everything.
Was it because you knew very well that you
I
didn't-
knew,
you
I
didn't
knew
have even
right
money
from
for
the
that, isn't it?
beginning. And I remember when we were young, we used to go and do some farming with my dad. And he used to tell us, you have to do this, you have to do this if you want to do something. You see this place, I don't have a big shaba for you guys, so you have to study. You have to be very serious, so that at least at the end of the day, you'll be someone. Now, back to the story. the question that you have asked. At what time did date came to me that you know what, things are different? It is the time now. Remember, those are 6,000. Now my mom had to call me because now my other siblings were made the high school. So I have to chip in the year school fees and everything, and also the upkeep of daily upkeep. So from there, it is the time now I started seeing the world in another way. That I have to do a lot, I have to be smart, I have to be very honest, I have to take each and every responsibility that I have been given very seriously, and also to work with the timelines so that I may please whoever that I'm working with, seeing the promotion. And I can tell you, it worked for me. It worked for me.
So you're quite young and you're taking care of
Yes.
your family members, isn't it?
Yes.
That mentality.
That mentality, I can tell you, that what has kept us with that much humility. Even today. Even today.
So what is your definition, Bernard,
Yes.
of a successful business in real estate? Going by your background, that you're somebody who has grown from nothing, absolutely.
Yes.
You know the essence of life, you know the essence of money, you know the essence of business. You know, they say your childhood essentially molds
Yes.
you into an adult. What is your definition of a successful business in real estate?
A successful business in Leo Excess, it is just trusting, making sure that your clients trust the process.
That's it.
That is. The moment they trust they trust the process, you are honest, that diligence, they can be able to see the value of their money, they can be able to see the value of their returns. I can tell you, nothing else. Nothing else.
Have you been able to grow trust as your company as a CEO?
It is a process. If you ask one of my directors, they'll tell you, they always say, Nikasafari. Nikasafari. It is a journey. It is a journey. Because this is where now, what we call, whenever you go in each and every organization, you may find a very big board, our core values. It is the time now to walk what you are saying. That due diligence, as you have said, that the time that we are discussing, that essence that this customer has brought his hundreds of thousands. This person did not just go out and got that money. There must be a process. Maybe this guy sold somewhere. Maybe this guy has been saving all along. Maybe this guy has taken a loan, and you come here, you lack the diligence with that customer's money. Those are the values that make us always, we look back unasema, no, we have to do the right thing.
Yes.
We have to do the right thing, making sure that we get this piece of land from very good, well-researched places, so that at least at the end of the day, we take good care of your money, and at the end of the day, after we have given you the title deed, you'll see the value of the whole thing. That is it.
I want to take you back again.
Yes.
Because all the way up to 2015, you held different positions
Yes.
that essentially defined your career.
Yes.
Is there one that you look back to as one of the positions that you held before the CEO position at your current company?
Yes.
That you would say, you see that one? That
Yes.
one was the best that essentially prepared me for this one now.
Yes.
And you know the questions that people ask CEOs? Yeah?
Yes.
Mtu ni wa real estate bwana, kabla tumpatie pesa.
Alafu, that it is true. Yes, along my journey of career, the moment that I came to realize that for sure that one really, it made me develop some other skill. After I have done 10 years at Primalosa as the in charge of crop protection,
Yes.
it was like kind of a promotion. I took a bigger step, so I had to leave Primalosa flowers, where we are growing, where we grow the flowers, Now I went to a company where the breeding is
Yes.
being done.
Yes.
The breeding is being done. The seeds are being propagated so that now they are sold to flower farms.
That's it.
And that place was at Nakuru, at Placeman. And that is the time that, remember at Primalosa, I was the foreman, crop protection. And now at Placeman, I'm completely new again. Remember, I've been brought to a place where these seeds are being propagated so that now they are going to be sold to the customers. Who are these customers? They are the flower farms. So it happens now the Primalosa flowers will happen to be one of my customers. And remember, I had just done the course with Jomo Kenyatta JKUAT, so that at least now I'm in line with the horticulture, so that I'm able even to know the terminologies and everything of this field that I'm now. That Primalosa crop protection foreman. The other side now I'm crop manager. The crop manager defines that you are in charge of fertigation, you are in charge of crop protection, that I was best in
Yes.
at Primalosa.
Yes.
You are in charge of the propagation house, and also now you are in charge of the general crop, the agronomy of the crop. That is the time now that I came to realize, wow, hey, for sure I've grown.
That's it.
Yes.
Within that particular period.
I can tell you I have
Yes.
really grown.
Yes.
And the challenge that I got there, you get because you are a go-getter, you get the staff, maybe they don't want to change the way they have been doing.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, Simba, I hardly did for 1 year. At at Placeman, I just worked for 9 years, for 9
For 9
months,
months.
9 months.
Why?
And I call it quit.
Why?
Because this is the place that you have gotten people. They don't want to change according to how you are thinking.
That's it.
However much that position was good,
Yes.
however much that position now, actually I was the contact person. They are used to be the magazines that were being issued from flower farms.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can imagine the contact person, Pressman Kenya,
That's it. It's
Bernard Dongo, and I had to leave it
After
because
9
for
months,
one,
was it?
after
Yeah.
9 months,
Yeah.
you know why? Because they are not sharing with my values. I felt that I'm not living to what I was employed for.
Yeah, yeah.
I was hired for.
Yes.
And therefore I had to call it quits.
Pretty much.
I had to call it quits.
Guess what? I want us
Yes.
to take a tiny breather right here on the Captain's Arena, because you can actually see his story is quite deep. So once
Yes.
we come back then, that's when the juice begins. In Central Kenya, I've looked at a couple of reviews online, and it's true whatever he's saying, that you've got to build trust. And some of the reviews that I've run into are like, yo, the best company to work with in Central Kenya when it comes to real estate is just gotta be his company. Once we come back then, we'll be looking at exactly how they're approaching the market, what he has achieved already as the CEO of the company, where he wants to take the company, and his view of the real estate sector in the country. Remember, we are with Bernard, another captain right here on the Captain's Arena. We're talking about the real estate sector from the perspective of who are those who are driving that conversation. And from Central Kenya, Bernard is driving it. So let's talk to Bernard once we come back. Online at Look Up TV across all your social media platforms. I am at Kiage Simba, the hashtag is Captain's Arena. Right, we do have a captain, and in case you're just joining us, we do have a captain within the real estate sector. We are humbled to be graced by the presence of the CEO. Golden Green Properties is a company that is making waves within the real estate sector. Bernard, let me ask you this question now. Let's talk about the company itself.
Yes.
That you can trace this company back to Kiria town.
Kereyaine.
Kereaine town.
Yes.
I need to learn this language
Yes.
today. After this, I'll be fine. All right. But there's one thing that I like. There's a statement here that I gotta read to you. So you
Yes.
tell us exactly what it means. That is where partnership with Kenyans started. That's where your partnership
Yes.
with Kenyans started. Like that's the statement
Yes.
about starting the company. Why? As opposed to that's when we started, but then you're saying that's where our partnership started. What do you mean by partnership?
As I had said, we started in 2017
Yeah.
at a place called Kileyaine. Kileyaine, actually, it is the headquarter town of Mathioya constituency
Yeah.
of Murang'a County.
Yeah.
It is at far end neighboring Othaya.
Yeah.
And as I had told you, the guys who came up with this, the guys who dared to dream, they were teachers and they were from that region.
Yeah.
And the time they muted that idea, they were looking for solutions rather. Because by then, it is the time the estates of the many estates at Nairobi, maybe Loilo, Juja, places like Kamulu, places like Maloloi, this garden estate here,
Yeah.
places like Kitengela. Those are the time the areas. Those are the areas that by then we are booming with real estate, and therefore that society on that other part of, we can talk of rural areas, they used now to know about large parcels of land. And especially if we can go with the history of people of Othaya, of people of Mathioya, people of Mukoloine, people of part of Madela.
Yes.
Those people, they had migrated to the sides of Nyadalwa, to the sides of Laikipia, to the other side of semi-arid area of Kieni.
That's it.
Actually, those people in those areas, they refer those areas as Kieni, generally as Kieni. And therefore, there wasn't a company that would show or share the information that, you know what, guys, people have left this idea of going and buying big parcels of land with the intention of cultivating.
That's it.
But they came with this idea, what can we do so that we are able to get this potentiality in these areas, so that we come and we talk about that Kimathi University has been given shelter. So many students are coming in that area. The places like Kagema High School, for example, people have started to appreciate that, oh, so I can even take this house of mine and maybe I do some partitioning na nikodishe. I lent out to students.
That's it.
So that information started coming in. At Othaya we have another technical called Madenge. So this idea now, we started now, like we are doing slowly, we are training people, we are imparting them with the information that you know what, real estate is the way to go. Getting a plot somewhere, it is the way to go. That is the only time that you can say, Simba, I own something.
That's it.
Out of what maybe the family can offer. That is the time that you'll be able to go and you develop yourself. That is the only time that you can talk about that this is an asset that maybe you can talk of appreciating. At time, teachers used to engage in things that you could not understand. Some had already gone venturing in matatus.
Yes.
That at the end of the day, this person will not be able to buy a brand new matatu. So what will happen? Mechanical problems and everything. Therefore, this idea was muted, and I can tell you, Simba, 2018, when this when this real estate was completely disorganized,
That's it.
people had been taking their money and everything, that is the time that we grew. We started with the groups, all groups at Odaya, all groups at the upper side of Mulanga, the other side of Mokoloine, and we sold them those simple land that was not expensive by then. Then we came and we introduced very good terms that there you can be able to pay installments, that we are able to give titles within the stipulated time. So with that, people started trusting us. Now we have started going to the society. Now we want to partner with the society. Even our slogan is, you are investment partner. We started being real. We started being guided with the values of honesty, values of professionalism.
Yeah.
We employed that.
Yes.
And I can tell you, people embraced us, and we have really grown. At the Marquee, at Kiriaine, we started from an M-Pesa shop.
Hold on.
An M-Pesa shop, yes. You just imagine.
We're just an M-Pesa shop.
Yes, we started. That is why we started operating.
Teaching the idea that we can actually help you get land.
Yes. From an M-Pesa shop.
It was that basic.
It was that basic. It was that basic. Then
Is that why people trusted you? That they saw you grow with them?
And again, we could invite people. We could invite people.
Over to the M-Pesa
we
shop.
used to go direct. We didn't even have a vehicle. Myself, I used to walk to trek from that M-Pesa shop to the market, to shopping centers, to going to the meetings of these women groups. Watu wa boda boda, we used to go there, literally walking there, teaching them.
And you would live together.
We would live together. We had to organize for site visit together.
That's it.
That then they could feel, they could see, they could touch. And then there is an office where they will come and the information is shared.
Yes.
Yeah. With that one, we have never looked back. Today, we are strong in Central Region. Very strong with 7 big offices. And these offices defines the regions that we are.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
You said you've grown now from an M-Pesa shop
Yes.
to these offices.
Yes.
You as the CEO, because I think you've seen the journey.
Yes.
How have you been able to still maintain that trust, that ease of access? At the M-Pesa shop, somebody would just get you. When
is
you
true.
used to walk with them,
Yes.
they would just walk with you.
Yes.
They would talk to you right there and then.
Yes.
But now here you are, growing as a company. 6 years down the line,
Yes.
you have 7 offices. Are you disconnecting with your people? How you managing to still get close together?
What we have done so that we completely make sure that we are in touch.
That's it.
The very first thing, however much you are seeing that we are growing that fast, it is out of the demand. It is the feedback that we are getting from our customers. And still, we have maintained that tradition on face-to-face marketing.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And what we are doing, when these groups, they have bought with us, we have gotten the title deed. Instead, mostly instead of calling them to the office, we go take them to their meetings. To their meetings. We go to churches. Whenever if we happen to get a piece of land here that we want to subdivide, we go first to that church, to that society, and we introduce our good self. But at the back of our mind, what we are doing what we call the due diligence. So that if there is a nodal of a problem with that piece of land, everybody will shout and will be able to get things done before they go out of hand.
That's it.
Yeah, because wherever also there are also cons, they are all over. So you have to keep your eyes wide open.
Yes.
So that at least at the end of the day, you get it right.
That's it.
So we have continuously managed to bring our customers together.
Yes.
And after we have made sure that we have sold out maybe a certain project that had maybe 50 units, we organize for other forums that we call Know Your Neighbor. That forum, it is where you bring all those customers that bought that piece of land. Then you make sure that their beacons are well identified. Then unawaambia, let's come together.
They know each other.
They know each other.
It's a community.
It is a community. Out of that now, we get feedback.
Yes.
Maybe we were selling maybe at Thika town, now they want to say, now take us to Juja farm.
I see that.
That is it. That is how we are doing it.
I see that now.
Yeah.
So the community aspect, the one-on-one approach is still not left.
One-on-one
Yeah.
approach.
How accessible are you, Bernard?
We are very much accessible.
No, you specifically.
Myself,
You, yes.
I'm always, I always share with, I always share with my colleague
Oh yeah.
that one way to succeed. By the way, I'm the marketer #1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
However much I'm the CEO,
Yeah?
I'm
You're-
the marketer
you're not
#1.
sitting in the office telling your guys I
No.
need results.
I'm always available.
Oh yeah.
I'm always
To any other
available.
person, even for the easy questions that somebody might
Even
want.
for the essay, I'm always there during open day
Yeah.
teaching these people.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm always available. I'm always available. Throughout the year. Throughout the year. Yes.
Are you saying that today, Bernard,
Yes.
if somebody wanted to come to your office today
Yes.
and say, I don't want to speak to any other person, I just want to speak to the CEO,
Yes.
Bernard, are you saying that that's going to happen?
That will happen because we'll just need to organize. If you need me
Yeah.
at the office and you insist you
I
need
want to talk to the CEO.
to the
himself.
CEO.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll just organize for
And it'll happen.
And it will happen.
That's a promise.
It will happen. Yes.
Let's go back to how your properties are now positioned. And
Yes.
there's a particular question that I want to ask you. That's why I have to refer to my notes.
Yes.
I looked at majority of your properties, even on the website and even on your social media platforms. I've seen majority of them are valued below 1
Yes.
million shillings. Just a couple. It's actually one that I went into about, it's Mountain View, isn't it? That is priced not even more than 1 million, just at 1 million flat.
Yes.
Why? Is that a market approach?
Yeah, what we always do,
Yeah.
as I have told you, we really listen to the customer.
Okay.
We have the target groups. We work with the target groups. And therefore today, the least piece of land you can get at Golden Green Properties today, it is worth 225,000.
Just that.
Just that. Just that. At the Marquee, this place is within the shopping center. It is connected with water and electricity. It is 200 meters off the tarmac, or rather the highway.
Yeah.
And all social amenities are within. 225,000, everything taken care of. Title deed, you know the hassle to get the title deed and everything. That is why we are Golden Green. Then, today the one that is the highest, we are selling at 1.8.
Yes.
1.8 million.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me take you back a bit again.
Yes.
I've got these questions. Every time I talk to the CEO of a real estate company, I make him aware that there is a new crop of customers in the market.
Yes.
The young guys, the millennials,
The millennials.
who are
Yeah.
coming to you, Bernard. Those are the
Yes.
ones who don't even want to talk to any marketer. They just want
Yes.
to come and speak to you.
Yes.
They're saying, well, do you have me as your target customer? Do you have them as your target customer at Golden Green?
Yes, we have them by appreciating by these young millennials.
Yeah.
They might not have much, maybe their financial highway might not be that big.
That's it.
Maybe this guy has just been employed. Maybe he has. Maybe this is the first property, so that once he achieves One he achieved that property, he'll be able now to use that maybe title deed as a collateral to get more money for investment.
Yes.
And therefore we are working with them the journey, especially the teachers, the askaris, these people that are in military. We have the whole forum of trying to enlighten them on how to go about with it. You start small. And the lesson, we have like Nanyuki, for example. We have a whole package of those plots that allowed 500,000. A place that you can be able to build, or you put that property just for speculation purposes. And therefore you come with your pay slip. After you pay that down payment, then we work with you the rest of the journey.
Isn't it?
And I can tell you, these guys are happy. There is discipline in saving, and they are able. They are able to invest even when they are still young. Because for one, they have this information. We are appreciating the value of their money that they are bringing, so we are able to work with them the journey. We listen to them, and I can tell you they are achieving.
Pretty much.
They are achieving.
I want to take you back a little bit again. Since you took over
Yes.
as a CEO
Yes.
of the company, Bernard, what makes you happy? Like, should somebody come and ask you, well, it's been a couple of years, you as the helm of Golden Green, what makes you happy? Like, when you look back and say, well, since I started, I'm happy about this one.
I can tell you, Simba, what makes me happy. It is when I have done my research, and I'll give you like 2 examples. After I have done my research, I have invited people. We have gotten a project somewhere, and we see that place growing. Yeah, you see, the very first thing, maybe we will give an example. We have come here because the projections are showing that there will be a TFET that is going to be built here. Simba, it happens within 2 years. Yeah, that alone, it gives me satisfaction because it shows that I directed you and you have achieved. Another thing that makes me feel satisfied, it is when I have delivered that title deed within the timelines that we have shared with you. And again, when I see that out of the project that we sold, I have seen Simba and the friends, they have started settling there. They have started building their homes there. They have started living there. And out of there, they are earning a living. That alone, it is just like taking a kid to school. When this kid does very well, passes its exams, and finally this children is employed, you feel good as a parent. We as a company, we feel good when we see that happening within a year, within 2 years. After we have sold that property, we feel very good. Yes.
I can't then not follow that question with this particular one, Bernard. What is your vision for your company?
Yes, the vision of the company, the one that we started with, and we have not gone against the lane. It is to make sure that the way that we are going to guide our customers, ultimately, they'll be able to achieve what they want. Maybe they have gotten that home. Maybe we have made sure that you have gotten that property. You can be able to use it as an asset. And finally, we have managed to deliver that coveted document, the title deed.
When you're not selling land, Bernard, when you want to say, well, guys, this week I'm not in land business.
Yes.
Going back by how you grew, you have a very tight childhood. I mean, you started working very early.
Yes.
And it's funny for your family. What do you do to refresh your mind?
Yeah, to refresh my mind, I have a family. I have 2 wonderful boys.
That's it.
And I happen that I have settled at Kitengela.
Yeah.
So the moment I'm not at Kitengela, I have some goats
Uh-huh.
at home.
That's it.
That is at Udaya, and I am always there. I'm always there. I like seeing some. I have a lot of passion in farming because it is in me. I feel good when I see something that is glowing. You see something, you planted something, you feel good when you see it blossoming. You feel good when you had some 2 goats, now there are 3, you can see that growth. You feels nice, you feel relaxed, you feel that you are doing something
it.
because it is living from one form to the other form. Na kama unaiona,
That's it.
you can be able to see it growing. It gives me a lot of satisfaction.
When are you going to say, I've achieved? And I want you to respond this particular question in 1 minute because we have
Yes.
3 minutes left.
Yeah.
When are you going to say, I think I've achieved it and I'm going to stop?
You'll never, you cannot stop.
Are you not going to retire?
I can tell you,
Yeah.
this is the field that I'm intending to do. It is my field now.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. I have passion in talking with people, training people, studying in the clouds. I believe that is where I belong. And I'm not leaving anytime soon.
Yes.
As long as I have the strength to do it.
If there's one thing, Bernard, that you would wish your boys to grow with, if there's
Yes.
one thing you wish for them to see,
Yes.
what would it be?
Honesty and hard work. Honesty and hard work. Everything else will flow. It will flow. It's that simple.
All right. Last question then.
Yes.
Bernard in 5 years.
Yes. Bernard in 5 years, I would like to see having grown in to a bigger, to a place where I will be able to be building homes.
Yes.
Yes.
That's it.
That is it.
45 seconds.
Yes.
Do you feel the pressure that you are part and parcel in charge of
Yes.
transforming the face of Central, which is essentially a place again that you were born and bred?
Yes, there is much pleasure to give it the face that is required, and we really need to go there, and therefore the availability of land to develop new rules that are coming along. Like for example, we have the latest, like Kajiado County. They are no more supporting the subdivision of 50 by 100 plots. So these are the dynamics that are coming, but doing the right thing, making sure that you follow the diligence that is supposed to be done, I think we are going to go ahead. If we managed to get it started, if we have managed to give over 2,000 titles, it is just great for us.
Bernard, thank you very much for coming on Captain's Arena.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I appreciate and I wish you well.
I do appreciate. Guess what? If you're in Central and you're thinking, where do I start? There's an answer. Just go right now on Golden Green Properties Limited. The website is live. Get to see some of the properties that he's talking about. And according to the promise for Bernard, he's saying, look here, you want to talk to me? Just say it. I will be there.
Yes.
So that we can start our business together. Online at Lookup TV across all your social media platforms. I am at Kiage Simba. Next week is a good time then for me to bring you on board another captain. Goodbye.